And hi everybody, and in this tutorial I will show you how to create a tank moving on your screen. This is the next milestone. The first milestone is getting a C++ program to compile on your system. Once you've done that, well, hey, you are now at milestone number 1. This is like not that easy. Milestone number 2 is getting an SDL window running. Once you've got SDL working, which is not that easy, where you are now at number 2, or whatever library you're using, and then I will show you how to create a little tank game in C++ and SDL. The first one is, I will go into here, hello world. I've got my main folder. I've made a folder C++. I've made a folder hello world. So go in there and you create this little folder C++ hello world, and in there create this little file that looks like this. Just type this in. These // means get rid of these lines, don't use them. We're only using this line. You can take that one out and get rid of that one, use the second line, or you can get rid of that and use the third line. The third line is C plus C. The original C way is here, just this line if you want. Or if you're using C++, you can use namespace standard. Oh well, no, wait a minute. This one, if you're like this, and you would save it, standard C out. This puts this to C out, then send it an end line. You can use this if you're using the namespace. Wait, if you're not using namespace standard, like that, you can use this one. This is the normal way. If you use namespace standard like this, now you don't need the standard double colon anymore. You can just use this line. Now I'll show you how to run and compile this. On my system, I go in here, I use Ubuntu. I'm using WSL layer in Linux. So this will work on Linux. It also works on Windows 11 WSL. There are other ways of compiling this. You can use WinNG, you can use VS Code. Find a compiler, try to make this work. Now we're on Linux, so we're in the home. See what's in the home. And you see that we've got a C++ there. CD changes to the folder, like that. C++. See what's in here. And we've got a folder called hello world. So CD hello world. Change to that folder, like that. Now we're here. What we got in here? One file. Hello world CPP in C++. Now this line takes you straight to the folder. Copy this line and put it in and paste it in here and push enter. And once you've done that, copy this. This is the compile line. G++ is C++. Hello world CPP is the file you want to compile. O-O is output, and then this is the output file name. Output file name doesn't have anything after it. Copy that, Control C, go here, Control V, enter. No error, it compiled. Now that it compiled, this line / is run in Linux. Control C, Control V, enter, and it run. I accidentally had two of these lines open. I'll just close one of these lines. Yeah, it's only this one running. Control F. No, it's not Control F. Alt F. S. Save. Control V. Paste. Run it. Oh wait. Up to enter to compile. Up up, and that one. Up takes you to command used before. Push enter. One worked. Congratulations, you are now at milestone number 1. If you've got this running and it appears in your thing with no error, it means congratulations, you're at milestone number 1 and you have a working C program. Congratulations. This was not easy to do. Find out how to do this on your system. I might make a tutorial showing you the ways that I know. I know on Linux and I know on Windows 11 WSL. There is a way of using WinMG, but I'm not sure how to do that yet. You can compile to Windows exe. That's number 1. You've just successfully completed your first program. Second program. That's number 1. Step 2. Linux, Ubuntu, Home, Kai, because that's me, C++, and I'll go to SDL window. Create a folder called C++ in your home, create a folder called SDL2 window, and create this file, SDL_window CPP, which looks like this. You have a main, which returns an int, returns 0 if it worked, and you return a 1 if it fails, or something else if it fails. So it returns a 0 at the end if it worked. What this does, you have to have the SDL include SDL here to header here. You have to install SDL on your system, and then you have to compile this to get it working. Find out how to do this on your system. You can go to ChatGPT and say, how do I make SDL2 work on my system, and it will tell you. Tell it your operating system or your Linux version. I'm creating 2 variables, window, global variable, window. G means I'm using G to mean global, set it to blank. A renderer, G renderer, set it to blank. SDL init, I'm initting everything, but you can init just video. If it returns 0, it worked. If it's not 0, then it draws an error and returns 1, exits the program with 1 to show that it failed. Set up SDL. 1. 2. Create a window. Next you've got to create a window. So what I can do, now all this program does, it sets up SDL, in its SDL, none of this is ignored, and then it just closes SDL, nothing else. File, save it. Go to Ubuntu. CD C++, CD SDL2 window. This is the window, the folder that I created this in. Shows what's in the LS shows what's in the folder. We've got one file here. So this takes you to the folder. Change this to whatever your folder is on your system. On mine, I'm using Ubuntu, so this line will compile SDL on my system. If you're using Debian, you can use this line here. Control V to paste it in. Enter. Compiled. Now that it's compiled, I use this line, copy and paste, Control C or copy, / is run in Linux. Let's copy this line, Control V to paste it, run it. It didn't do anything. All it did is start up SDL and it closed down SDL and nothing else. Next we create the window. Right, so I'll get rid of everything except for the create window code and destroy window code. Now we're creating a window. to window variable here, SDL window, it's blank. Create the window, give it a title. I set the position to the screen center. You can have any number you want. It can be 0, 0 or 100, 100 or whatever you want. I've set the screen center 1024 by 768. If the window's failed, if it's still null, then it failed. If it's null, it prints an error, quits SDL, exits and returns 1 to tell the program that it broke and it didn't work. After it's created the window, then it destroys the window here. I think this only destroys if it's not blank. If it's blank, it does nothing. So now we've created a window as well. Right, save this. Go to Ubuntu. I'm just using this line for speed. Copy. Okay, go to Ubuntu. Control V, enter. I'm in the folder. This is my compile line. I've just copied and pasted it. Compiled, there was no error. Enter it compiled, and now this line runs it. So it runs it. There's no error. It worked, but oh, there's no window. So we started SDL, we created a window, but there is no window yet. Right, so next, we've got to create a renderer to draw to the window. Now, start it up, create the window, now create the renderer. The renderer is here, SDL renderer, starts blank. Create the renderer. Renderer draws to the window. Use the renderer to draw to the window. So let's create renderer using the window variable that we created here. -1, this is flagged, I don't know what this is. And it created it as accelerated for hardware acceleration. If it's still blank, means it failed. Error, destroy window, quit SDL, return 1 for an error. The end, destroy renderer, destroy window, and quit. So now, we now have a window and a renderer. Run it again. I go to C++, SDL2 window folder, like that. Compile it. Run it. Ah, we have a window, but it appears and it disappears. Run again, appears and disappears. So now, it works. We have a window. The renderer lets it. I think it doesn't keep the window until you've got the present active. Now, I'm going to create a main loop. The running variable, L means local, running is true. While is true, keeps looping around here. It doesn't do anything else, it's just going to loop and nothing else. Right, save that. Compile it again. Jump to the folder. Up takes you back to old commands. So you just go up, push enter to compile it. Up. This one runs it. Oh, now you see, now it is stuck. And I don't know if this is... If you get stuck like this, you can just close the terminal. There might be a key button to do it, but I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. Sometimes my thing, Ubuntu I get no window, and if I get no window, I use WSL shutdown, reset to Ubuntu, like that. For me, on my system, I'm using Windows 11. Now, I can try again, compile it, run it. Ah, got a window, but you notice that it is frozen. Nothing works. Even the square doesn't actually get you up, it doesn't do anything. Now, if you are now stuck like this, close the terminal and it will close everything connected to it. Now, we need a way. I'll put the drawing in here first. You've got a window. The only thing here is the loop, because these two comments mean all of this section is not used. I'll keep that not used. Now, I'm adding a clear screen to this now, so it will clear the screen and it will loop around. This sets the render draw to half blue, clears the screen, loops around, doesn't do anything else. Ubuntu, change the folder, cd changes the folder, G++ compiles, worked, run it. Oh, it worked, but I've got no window. Still got no window. I'll close that. Gets rid of the whole thing. Now, maybe if I now draw, but then I'll flip to the screen. Actually, I'll reboot Ubuntu because I think that it breaks Ubuntu. So reset Ubuntu. Try running it again. Something happens with the WSL layer on here. You might get the same problem. Run it. Ah, there we go. It's drawing a window. You still can't get out. Let's make the clear red. Now all that the loop does is it clears to red and nothing else. Saved it. I'll reset Ubuntu just to make sure. Rerun Ubuntu. Compile it. Worked. Run it. Worked. Ah, there is nothing drawn on the screen. Now, the reason why nothing is drawn on the screen is because we haven't flipped it to the screen yet. So we've got the clear. Now we flip it to the screen using render present, SDL render present renderer, flips the back screen. This draws to the back screen, which you can't see. Flip, render present, flips it to the front screen where you can see it. So I will save this. And maybe this will work. Compile it, run it again. See, now we have drawing. Red, but we still can't get out. Only way to get out is here. Now this renders and draws. Now to find out if we've if we need to get out, we have to get keyboard input, get SDL events come in, which is keyboard and other mouse and other inputs. That's why we use this section here. Get an SDL event, poll for an SDL event, which will be keyboard, mouse and other events. Check to make sure the quit is not. Quit is if they click the little button in the top right corner, and then running is false and it gets out. Or if event is key down, then we check to see if key down is the escape key, which I think is 27 or 29, not sure. Then it also running is false, which means it's false and drops out. So now we've got the keyboard input as well. So we save that and compile it. Run it. No window. I get this funny bug on my one where something happens with the Ubuntu, WSL and Ubuntu, and I get no window. So I close this, close this. What I can do on mine is go to PowerShell, WSL shutdown, like that. Close that and go back to Ubuntu again. We'll change the folder, compile it, work, there's no bugs, run it, and it works. Now if I click the top right corner, watch, leave. If I run it again and I push escape, we leave. And you've now created your second program where you actually got a window up and running now. Actually got a window up and running now. So just copy this code in exactly as it's written here, and this section exactly as it's written here. Just pause the video. You are now at milestone number 2. Woohoo! This is not easy to do. You might have to install SDL. SDL2. You might have to follow instructions, go on the internet, ask ChatGPT, whatever, find a way to get an SDL2 working on your system. You are now at milestone number 2. Congratulations.